Hello, my name is Kyra Ellis and I am a sophomore at Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts, and I am a law, jurisprudence, and social thought and women's and gender studies double major. So, Amherst College is a small college in western Massachusetts. The student body is about 1,750 students, so we come in at under 2,000, which is one of the smaller colleges in the country. I think what makes our campus stand apart is even though we're such a small student body, we actually have over 1,000 acres that our campus resides upon. So that means we have an absolutely beautiful campus, and then we also have acres and acres of beautiful forest land with mountains nearby that students can take advantage of. And it's kind of the quintessential picturesque New England campus with large brick buildings that some of which are hundreds of years old and some of which are very new as well. I think my favorite building would probably have to be Fairweather Hall, which houses art and the history of art, and it's just a beautiful old-fashioned building, which is right in the center of campus. That one of my first classes that I ever took at the college was actually inside of Fairweather. The food on campus is actually really good. Our dining hall is called Valentine, and I eat there all the time. I'm a vegetarian, and they have plenty of vegetarian options and for every sort of diet and dietary necessity. And they have different food all the time. It's important to them to provide things that students like. And so they have international cuisine a couple times a month. They have all different sorts of options for whatever the students really want. In terms of the different amenities on campus, we have a huge athletic complex. So we have 2 gyms, an ice rink, a pool, huge athletic fields, and a huge fitness center. Our library houses about 1 million books. So we also have huge resources of that nature as well. And then I mentioned before we have a large dining hall and also several smaller food options for students around campus too. In terms of residential life and housing on campus, about 98% of students choose to live on campus for all 4 years, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. Housing includes social style housing, where students can live in suites, where they each have their own room but can live with a group of friends. There are also double rooms, single rooms, rooms that are more in the middle of campus, dorms that are more close to town, slightly further away from campus. And the dorms are all really, really nice and very spacious, and it just depends kind of on the style you want to live in, the kind of style that you want to live in, as well as who you want to live with and where you want to be on campus. This next year, I'm living in a dorm called Morris Pratt, which is right in the middle of campus with one of my really good friends, and I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite dorms. So Amherst is a pretty well-known school. In terms of its strengths, academics is an obvious one. It's one of the most academically rigorous schools in the country, is pretty well-known and universally considered to be that way. And those strengths extend into every single department. So it's not only very strong in the humanities and the social sciences, but it's also incredibly strong in the sciences as well. And students take advantage of all areas, and there are plenty of students in all of the different disciplines that are offered and departments that are offered. I think that my most rewarding experience so far, thankfully I'm just starting my sophomore year, so I have 3 more years here. I think it's the relationships that I've made both with my professors and with my fellow students. Everyone comes from all over the country and all over the world and from every different background, and it's really been very beneficial to me to learn from different people outside of the classroom as much as I'm learning inside of the classroom. I think the most challenging experience is, being away from home for the first time. I come from New Mexico, which is on the entire other side of the United States. So I'm very far away from home. I'm without my mom for the first time. So I think that it was really challenging being away from my family and from my old friends. But that's also been a good thing because it's made me become more independent and get to know new people and kind of get to know myself as well at the same time and discover how I adapt to new situations and new people. 3 words to describe Amherst College. They would be diverse, challenging, and interesting. You're going to be hard-pressed to find someone here who isn't interested in something complete that you maybe have never even thought of. Everyone here does multiple things, has multiple interests, and you're always being surprised by people because every person here is incredibly multifaceted, and you really have to get to know them to get to know about all of those different facets. So it makes it a very interesting and exciting place on a day-to-day basis. You're never bored, ever. In terms of the departments, they're really all universally strong. I think the most popular departments here are psychology, biology, English, political science, and economics. That being said, we also had the first neuroscience department in the country. We have chemistry, physics, biology, math, computer science. I am a law, jurisprudence, and social thought and women's and gender studies double major, which are both very strong departments as well. So there aren't really weak departments and strong departments. They're all very strong, and they all have incredible faculty who also do research outside of their teaching and are some of the most well-known and well-respected members of their fields in the country. My first semester, I chose to take Spanish because I've been taking Spanish for about 12 years, and I wanted to continue to do that, and I took a law class and I took a gender studies class. And this past semester, I took another law class and another gender studies class, and so those are the departments that I'm going to be majoring in. I'm also very interested in economics and sociology and anthropology and political science. So I'll continue, and religion, and I'll continue exploring those departments as well, even as I pursue my majors. I didn't have a worst class. All of my classes have really been phenomenal, but I think my favorite classes are the ones that I've taken in the women's and gender studies and the law, jurisprudence, and social thought departments, because those are the teachers that have most inspired me and the classes that have most captivated me, and that's why I'm choosing to further pursue those courses of study. I think my favorite professors so far are the 2 women professors who I've asked to be my advisors in both of those departments. One of them was one of the first classes I took this semester, which was a class in feminist theory, which explored feminism all over the world, the United States and abroad. And that professor is going to be hopefully my women's and gender studies professor. And the other, I took a class on constitutional law and American history with a professor in the law, jurisprudence, and social thought department, and she's going to be my advisor in that department as well. And both of them were phenomenal and inspiring, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to working with them in the years to come. Amherst is not academic or social. It's really both. It is very strongly academic. It's very rigorous. Students who come here are some of the best students from all over the country and all over the world, but at the same time, it's incredibly social because people are so interesting and they get along so well because everyone is here because they are wanting to learn and wanting to explore, and so that tends to bring people together. And you make wonderful friendships here, and so because of that, it is not either academic or social. It's really an interesting combination of the both. There are tons of student activities on campus. We have over 150 student-run clubs and organizations, and those range from art clubs to religion clubs to cultural groups to outdoor clubs, and I myself participate in a group called the Peer Advocates, and we do kind of counseling and educational work on campus. I also dance for Amherst Dance. I've been dancing since I was 3, and I'm continuing to dance here at Amherst and getting to explore different kinds of dance and also getting to choreograph on my own. I've also participated in student government and done some acting and things like that as well. So it's possible to explore a lot of different things and participate in a lot of different things here, and it's very easy to get involved. So we have tons of extracurricular opportunities. Study abroad is also incredibly popular. About 45% of students study abroad during their junior year, and the school has over 275 pre-approved programs all over the world. So almost half of Amherst College students study abroad at some point during their college experience here. So study abroad is very important, and it's very important to the college because it means that students, when they go abroad, have these very different and formative experiences, and they bring them back. And when they bring those things back, it helps to enrich the culture of the college as a whole, even for those students who themselves were not able to go abroad. On the weekends, students are doing all different sorts of things. They're studying a lot of the time, they're participating in many of their different activities, and they're also hanging out with their friends. Even though there are only 1,800 students about on the Amherst campus, we're part of something called the 5-College Consortium, because there are 5 colleges in the Pioneer Valley in western Massachusetts, which is where we're located, and those 5 schools are Amherst College, Smith College, and Mount Holyoke College, which are both all women's institutions, Amhesrt College, which is another liberal arts college, and the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, which is the flagship research university for the state of Massachusetts. And so because there are so many schools here, it means that in a 10-mile radius of where I'm sitting right now, there are about 35,000 college students. So that really opens up social opportunities much more than you would think being at a small school. So we have lots of huge artists who come to perform here, such as Ludacris was here for our spring concert this year, and students really take advantage of all of those opportunities. Also, it's very easy to go to Boston and New York and other bigger metropolitan centers on the East Coast, and students take advantage of that as well. So there's never nothing to do on campus. There are always lots of things going on, and students kind of sample from different things when they want to and when they have the time. There are no on-campus sororities and fraternities here, so Greek life does not play a large role in our social life here. We are a very athletic school. Amherst competes in the Division III bracket, so we compete in the NCAA as well as the New England Small College Athletic Conference, which is another small athletic conference among the other small liberal arts colleges, Division III in the area. We offer about 20 different sports, female and male. About 40% of Amherst College students are involved in varsity athletics, and they're all incredibly strong, but we were champions of our conference this year in tennis, in soccer, in hockey, in football, and probably others as well. We are very, very competitive, and we're a very athletic school. But even students who don't play athletics themselves, or who do not play varsity athletics themselves, are still able to get involved, and it's a positive thing for everyone. Beyond varsity athletics, we also have club and intramural level, which are maybe for students who don't have as much expertise in that or experience in that sport, or don't want it to take up as much of their time or be as big a part of their life. They can still play it on more of a hobby level. So there are opportunities for everyone who wants to be involved in athletics. I don't play any sports myself. However, as I mentioned before, I am a dancer, and so I'm in rehearsal 4 to 5 hours a week on average. So I dance all the time, and that's how I get that in for myself. I applied to quite a few schools. It's recommended that students, because schools are getting so much more competitive, that students really do apply to a lot of schools. So some of my top choices among Amherst were Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, American University in Washington, D.C., and Tufts University in Boston. So I chose Amherst because it is one of the strongest academically schools in the country. Because it's so small, it really has a sense of community that you're not going to find at a larger school, and that was something that was really, really important to me. I wanted to have a community, family dynamic here, and I found that I can have that. And it's also an incredibly diverse place. There are people from all over the country and all over the world, and I wanted to be in a place where there were people that were very different from me, instead of just people that were like me and had the same upbringing, because I wanted to learn from them and I wanted to be challenged, and I wanted to learn both in and out of the classroom. I don't want to share exactly what my scores were, but I did graduate #1 in my class, and I was a National Merit Scholar. The activities that interested me in high school, that I participated a lot in student government. I did a lot of theater, I also did dance, and I've pursued all of those in different ways here. So I've been able to continue my activities and things that I was interested in high school, while at the same time exploring and kind of going out of my comfort zone and experiencing new things. And that's what Amherst really likes its students to do, is to go out of your comfort zone and to try things that you didn't know if you would like or that you didn't know if you would be good at, and give them a try and really learn new things. Amherst is looking for, in terms of admissions, Amherst is really looking for students who are, first of all, performing well academically, as most schools are. They like students who challenge themselves throughout their high school career especially. So even into senior year, if you've already fulfilled all of your requirements for graduation from your school, they want you to keep pushing yourself and going above and beyond and doing well. But what Amherst is really looking for is students who have a passion for learning and who are curious and who are always continuing to push themselves and learn new things, not just because it's required and not just for the grade, but because that's what they genuinely want to do. And they're also looking for students who are going to want to be a part of the community here and be a formative part of the community and kind of share their talents and their strengths and their ideas and their personality, and with that really enrich and strengthen the Amherst community. So I would say those are the two main things that they're looking for: people who have a passion and a curiosity for learning that goes outside of the classroom, and also people who really want to be a part of what is the Amherst College community outside of the classroom. I think that I'm humbled and so happy to have had the opportunity to come here. I think that why I was given that opportunity was because I challenged myself throughout my high school career. I took a full load of very rigorous classes my senior year, even though I didn't have to. But I also have done a lot of different things and tried a lot of different things, and I continue to do that. And I'm the kind of person who it's really important to me to be part of a community. And I think they got the sense of that I would go above and beyond to meet different people and kind of do everything I could to be part of the community here. And I think I've begun to do that, and I'm going to continue to do that. So anyone looking to apply to Amherst, I would really encourage you to apply. It's a wonderful place. I would say continue pressing yourself and challenging yourself, taking difficult courses, doing as well as you can, but really showing them, especially in the portions of your application, especially the essay and teacher recommendations, really show who you are. Not just the numbers that make up who you are, not just your grades, not just your test scores, but really your personality, because they want individuals here, and they want to see you for who you are, not the scores that you get. So share who you are as a person, show them what you're passionate about, show them what you care about, show them that you're excited to be here, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you on campus in the future.